I'll be showing 11 new features in Microsoft Teams. Teams is always adding new updates, and because 10 features just isn't enough, Teams goes to 11. So let's get started. The first feature is one of my very favorites. It's the 5 minutes left in your meeting warning. I'm here in a Teams meeting. It's going to pop up a little notification for myself as well as every other attendee in the meeting when there's only 5 minutes remaining for the schedule. This is great if maybe you've been talking a lot and didn't realize it, or other people in the meeting have been talking a lot and you lose track of when the meeting is supposed to end. Oh, and there it is, the 5 minutes left in my scheduled meeting time. So I'll just dismiss this. The second new feature is the new Together Mode background scenes. So first off, I'm going to go to the ... menu here and we'll choose Together Mode. Now here's the classic Together Mode, the white seats. We all know that. But if I go down to the lower left to change the scene, a bunch of options. Well, first let's just change to the black seats. That's a little exciting. It's different, but let's get into some of the fun stuff. We're going to change the scene again. Oh, this is kind of nice. It's in nature and we're kind of sitting behind some steps. It looks a little bit Greek. We'll go again and change the scene here. Now this is going to be limiting. There's only going to be a few people. You can see that this says only 5 videos. You can see each of these scenes shows how many people. So a bunch of people are going to disappear. Oh, there's only 5 here. Hey, it's my educator friends. How's it going? You 5 are the lucky 5. We're going to change scenes again. This is kind of a classroom scene. It's perfect because I got a whole room full of educators with me. So look at that. We're all sitting in our desks. Adam and Ann, you're excited as usual. It's great to see you there. And we'll change the scene. But one of my favorites is the Minecraft scene. This is kind of slick. And now this is kind of like very bright and green, very fluorescent. And the last scene I'll show is it's in the spirit of Ariel and Under the Sea. This is very nice. The Little Mermaid scene. Oh, we're swimming amongst the coral. It's quite nice. It's very blue. So those are the new scenes in Together Mode, and you can experiment and change. One note is that this scene will change for everyone. There's a little note here. So when I change Together Mode, everyone will see that same scene. I'm the presenter, the organizer, so when I change those, that's what happens. The third feature is the ability to pop apps out of the app bar on the left-hand side. So right here, I've got my Tasks app pinned and OneNote pinned. So if I go to OneNote here, let's say I want to pop this out into a new window. I just right-click on OneNote and choose Pop Out App. And now OneNote pops into its own Teams window, and I can move this around, I can minimize it, all those other things. I could right-click on Tasks here and also pop that one out. So now my Tasks window is popped out and I can navigate that. So it's really nice to pop any app out you have that has been pinned over here. The fourth new feature are the improvements for video and calling in chat. So I'm going to switch to chat here. And you'll notice there are some updates right here. Here's the new video call button and the audio call button. So if I click here, same thing here. I can try an audio call. Also, the screen sharing button has been enhanced if you haven't looked at this recently. So if I want to go and share my desktop with Ella, I can do that. Or I can just share my OneNote window or a specific window like my Edge browser or a folder. So if I go here and click desktop, it's going to share my entire desktop right with Ella, and she can look at exactly what I'm looking at. So the screen sharing button is really nice as well. The fifth new feature is creating a team directly from a SharePoint site. We call this Teamify. So I'm on the office.com homepage and I'll go to SharePoint. Now I'll create a brand new SharePoint team site. So I'm going to click Create Site in the upper left. We'll choose Team Site and I'm going to call this my Teamify site, and we'll hit Next and Finish. So you might have a lot of different SharePoint sites and you're like, hey, I'd like to create a team that's connected directly to that SharePoint site, add pages and documents to that. It's really nice. So automatically for this site, you can see in the lower left, there's this Add Microsoft Teams to Collaborate in Real Time. And there's a little Add Microsoft Teams link. The other place you can find this little loudspeaker icon here. If I click this, you should see this Add Real-Time Chat and Add Teams. It's the same thing here, so I'll click Close. Now I'm going to click Add Microsoft Teams in the lower left here. So we're going to add a team to my SharePoint site. It says creating a team. There, it was just that easy. It created a team on the back end. Click here to go to your team. So I'll click this Now what you see is it created this Teamify team that is connected right to that SharePoint site behind the scenes. And if I go right here to the ... I say open in SharePoint, it takes me right there. There it is, it's the same site. So a really easy way to create a team that's connected to your SharePoint site in just a single click. The sixth new feature is the improved SharePoint tab app. So I'm here in a team and I'm going to click the plus button and I'll add a tab. Now if you see the SharePoint tab app here, let's click this and there's some improvements. The updated SharePoint tab app has a lot of nice features. First off, recommended. It looks through everything I have in my site and it has things like document libraries. Maybe there's some different pages that I might want to add. I can also filter by SharePoint pages. Here's some different pages I could choose to pin. Even lists. So Microsoft lists, here's a list I could choose, or other document libraries. The other option is any SharePoint site. So I could just paste a link to any SharePoint page or list or document library. I'll go back to this here and maybe I want to pin a specific document library, my staff files, and I'll click Save. Now you can see that it's added this staff files repository from that SharePoint site. The seventh new feature is the updated and improved SharePoint Pages tab app. Let's hit plus again right here. And I'm going to have this SharePoint Pages. Right here, we'll click it. Now you can see it's having all of the different pages from the SharePoint site that is behind this team. And I have a few different options here. I could also click Add Page from any SharePoint site. And I could paste a link to any page that I have access to. We'll go back here. Now I have a couple of different options here. Maybe I'll choose this one, helping students with disabilities reach their full potential, and I will click Save. And immediately you can see that that SharePoint page is now pinned right to the top of this team. The eighth new feature is the ability to start a Meet Now meeting type on your mobile device. This can be a phone or a tablet. This will work in chat or channels. I'm here on my iPhone device and I'm going to tap on the calendar in the bottom, and in the upper right you're going to see Meet Now. I will tap that, then just click Start Meeting. I'm right here in the meeting. I can add participants just like normal. I'll end this and now I'm going to show how it works for channels on a mobile device. So I will switch to a team here and click on Project Team Blue. In the upper right, tap Meet Now. Same thing, I will start the meeting. And now I'm in a channel meeting. I can do everything I normally would. The ninth new feature is new improved mobile video layout for content sharing. I'm here on an iPad and I'm going to share my PowerPoint, and you're going to see all the videos switch to the bottom, which is a big improvement. Now I can see all the videos. If I go to landscape mode, it's the same thing. You can see all the videos along the bottom along with the content. This also works on an iPhone. So I'll share my PowerPoint. Here I am in vertical mode, and now I'm in landscape mode, and you can see the videos right along the side. The 10th new feature is the brand new Power BI app for Teams. So if I go to the ... menu here and I search for Power BI, I'll click this here, and then I'm just going to click Add. This adds Power BI wrapped right inside of my team, so I always have access to it. There's lots of options here. I've got my Power BI basics. I have some sample reports, how to create reports. I've added a couple samples here as my favorite. So if I want to drill into a human resources sample, I have the full access to Power BI. So everything I can do in the Power BI website, I can do now here right inside of Teams. And if I close this, I can go back to my main homepage. You can see down here, I have recently used Power BIs. I have shared with me. I installed different apps. There's recommended apps along the bottom here. And all of these options are now right inside of Teams. And here's an example report of IT spend analysis. Lots of different options that I would normally have inside of Power BI, but it's here in Teams. The other nice thing that I can do, because I'm in Teams, if I open one of these, I can chat about it. So if I click Chat in Teams, I can share it to a channel. I could even create an assignment if I'm in the education world. So here I'm going to add this and click Share. And that pops it right into that team. If I want to go into the actual web Power BI version, I could always click right here and open this in the web. And now you see that same Power BI report right here in the browser. The 11th new feature for Teams, and this is the last one, is Teams for Home and Family, which is now available for desktop and web. While Teams has already been available on the phone in terms of the family and home version, we've recently just released the desktop and web, which I'm going to show now. This site here where you can sign in is on the screen, and also the link is in the description below. I'm going to choose Sign In to use on the web. You could download the free desktop app for home and family or the mobile app, but I'll just sign in on the web and click here. I'm signed in here with my Hotmail account. This also works with Outlook.com and any Microsoft account. It looks similar to Teams, but it's actually a little more simplified. You can see on the left-hand side there's activity, there's chat, there's a calendar, and there's also lightweight apps. We don't have a full file structure here at this time. There's not all the other aspects of Teams and channels. It's really simplified to do things like group chat and video call and collaboration. For an example, I've created a chat here which has been named, as you can see, School Friends, and I could add anyone I wanted. So for example, if I click chat, I could enter a name, an email, or phone number, and I've added a couple names in here. So for example, I'm going to paste in Alex and Kara. I've pasted those names in. I can give it a group name, so maybe these are my friends. Hit enter, and now I can just chat with them like I normally would in Teams. I can send them a message. Hey folks, hit enter. I could upload a file, so if I upload from my computer right here, looks very similar to where I normally would upload a file in Teams. Send that off. I could also go over here and just do a new meeting. So if I wanted to meet with my friends, I go here. I can say get a link to share. I can share this via email. I can copy this link and send it to them. I can also just start the meeting. So maybe I wanted to invite my friends. I click the copy and I can start the meeting. And I click join now just like I normally would. And now I'm here in that Teams meeting. I could even share that link via email. I could share it via Outlook or even a Google Mail. And so lots of options. This looks pretty similar to the normal Teams, but this is all part of this Teams for Family and Home. If I wanted to invite friends into Teams, I just click the invite friends here. I got a link, and now I take that link on the clipboard. I can open up an email and send it out. So I can invite friends, I can invite family, I can invite anyone I want. They can use Gmails or Yahoo Mails or whatever type of address works best. I even have a calendar. There's my calendar, looks very similar to Teams. I could create a new meeting, or I could use a Meet Now just to meet in real time, and the meeting form looks very similar to the one that you normally use. If you found this video useful, give it a like. Now, if you want to keep up with all the latest quick tip videos that I'll keep releasing, subscribe to my channel, and then just ring the bell so you get notified for all the new videos that post.